This a year later, though.
Yeah, they just asked me if I can come in and kind of help them out and figure out how to reconcile something. I was like, okay, I'll be in. But I also knew we was about to go to Texas, so I knew I wasn't going in on Monday. I said I'll be there on Monday, but I knew I wasn't. But I was stressed out the whole
Texas ride.
Whole Texas trip.
What the hell they want with me?
Right. So I flew to Texas, and then coming back, I was like, I'm going to get in the car and drive back. And I knew the car was dirty. And I was like, I'm just going to drive back. And they was like, nah, you're not supposed to get in the car. But I'm like, I'm going to drive back. So I drove back with my friend just to kind of clear my head. Because I was like, it's about to go down. But it didn't go down right away.
So you made it back?
We made it back. Yeah, we made it back. This is like when it was like a drought. Nothing was going on. So we went all the way to Texas.
Drought like what? You mean the coke?
Yeah. So we went all the way to Texas. And yeah, had a good time out there and then drove.
What that ride is like, what, 12, 16 hours or something like that?
Oh my God, I drive for like 20-something hours, it feels like.
Yeah,
I don't know. We stopped in Atlanta and took a break and then.
That's still a long distance from Atlanta too. Wow. So you take this ride. Why did you decide to come back?
What?
From Texas and all? Yeah. Why did you decide to come back?
Family, I guess. Like, you mean why didn't I stay down there?
Yeah.
I don't know, family. I knew, I don't know. I wasn't going to run from the situation. I didn't think nothing about it. I wasn't going to run from it. I was just kind of waiting for the day it came. Crazy to say, but I was waiting for them to come to get me.
Did you still have money when they contacted you?
Yeah. Yeah. So I still had lawyer money. I was paying a lawyer the whole time. I was paying a lawyer. So my stepdad at the time had we had a family lawyer and I was paying a lawyer.
But you was paying a lawyer for what though?
Just in case when the feds come, I was lawyered up.
Oh, so you just was made sure you had one on retainer.
Yeah.
Like to jump right on something.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was paying a lawyer. And like I said, I came home and then that's when I got caught up with, in unhealthy relationships. And at the time, the guy I was with ended up catching a murder case, murder charge. So that's when the knock came at the door. And I thought it was for him, but here it was for me.
Wow.
Oh, y'all was living together?
Yeah.
So describe that when you opened the door. What happened?
So when I opened the door, they was just like, they were saying who they were. And I thought, okay, they're about to come and question me about him.
What did they say? So they said we're federal agents?
Yeah, they weren't like federal, like typical federal agents. They was like postal service agents or something. Yeah, they sent postal service agents or something like that. And then that's why I was like, oh, okay. So as they're talking, I was like, oh, you're here for me, for that. And I was like, oh, wow.
Is he there at the time too?
No, he's locked up. So I was like, oh, I have a lawyer. And they was like, okay. And then I kind of just ended. But like I said, I wasn't indicted or charged. They was knocking, still questioning me. Because at the time, they didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
So nobody knew what really would happen.
They was investigating.
Yeah, it was just an investigation. So I never got arrested.
Charged, yeah.
Yeah, I never got arrested or charged. They just kept coming to the house and I kept saying I lawyered up and I, talked to my lawyer. And then after that, they ended up raiding my house one day.
The feds?
How long?
Maybe like a month later. They raided the house.
Was you there when they came?
I was in Atlantic City. I was in Atlantic City when they raided my house.
You didn't find out till you got back home?
No, I got the call. Like
they called you or somebody else called you?
Somebody else called me in the house. Like, yeah, they're raiding the house. Like, so, but there was nothing in the house. So there was nothing.
What is they raiding for?
Yeah, so they was raiding, trying to find stuff, but there was nothing. Like, I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything.
The feds, the U.S. Marshals, I'm sorry, not the U.S. Marshals, the feds, FBI.
Yeah. I had a safe in the house, which I couldn't even get in the safe. I didn't know what was in it, but they like blew the safe up. But it was nothing in there, but they like blew the safe up, everything. When I got back home, like it was just all outside of my yard, this and that.
The safe was in your yard?
Yeah, they left it in my yard. They blew it up and left it in the yard.
Wow.
There was nothing in it though.
There was nothing in it? Oh, but they blew it open. They was going to make sure if it was something in there.
So like I said, there was nothing in the house. There was nothing to kind of trace me back to anything.
No money, no nothing was there.
Nothing.
So you come back from, you said you was in Atlantic City? So you come back from Atlantic City. What did you do? What happened after that?
So I meet with my lawyer, and that's when he was like, well, clearly they know something, so let's take a meeting. So we took a meeting with them. At the time, they hit me with a civil case, and they wanted me to do a deposition, but then they end up throwing it out. They threw the civil case out. So we took a meeting. They threw the civil case out. And my lawyer was like, you're good then. you're good. And then that's when 6 months later, they came knocking at my door.
So this is damn near 2 years later.
Yeah, so we're in 09 now, yeah. Yep, this is 2009 from 07.
So you thought you was cool
Yeah.
after the
yeah.
like, yeah, all right,
Yeah, my
cool.
lawyer was like, they threw this.
I got away with almost $3 million. I'm good.
Yeah, my lawyer was like, they threw it out, the civil case out, so most likely you're not going to get federal charges, and I was good. And 6 months later, they came back. But they still didn't come back to indict me. They just came back investigating.
Took you down and talked to you again. What was the question they was asking you?
They were just asking me if I knew certain people that was involved, and I was like, I don't know them. They mostly just asked me that, like if I knew them, and I'm like, no, I don't know them, and I don't know nothing about this. I just kept telling them I didn't know anything. And then, yeah, so that's when
So hold on, they came to what 6 months later? What did they come? They came to your house again, or they came to your job, or was you?
No, they came to my house. I wasn't working.
Okay,
I wasn't.
You still
working.
had that bread.
Yeah, and then I'm running around and taking trips and transporting at this time.
Transporting what?
Drugs. Transporting coke, kilos of coke.
How was you doing that? Like what was like?
So I pretty much would rent the cars and then drive up to New York.
How
or
many
wherever.
keys at a time were you transporting?
I think we were getting between 3 to 4.
3 to 4 kilos at a
2,
time.
3, 4, yeah.
Yeah, I was taking them from where? From Philly to New York, or where y'all taking?
No, like New York to Lancaster.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Philly here and there, but
All right. Okay, now did this lead to another charge as well?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're gonna stick to this. Keep on track with
yeah,
that.
it gets crazy. So this is where like I said, my life just started spiraling out of control.
Wow.
So I catch the case and I kind of gave up on life. It was just spiraling. I was spiraling out of control. I would just, like I said, buried myself in unhealthy relationships. Now I'm running around with drugs, transporting drugs and everything. And then that leads to now, okay, so back forward. So I take the meeting. My lawyer's like, pretty much they know something, but come to find out they didn't know anything.
Really?
So no. And I told him myself.
How? Explain.
I told him myself because they sat down, they had a conversation with me. My lawyer's like, they know what's going on, this and that. I'm like, they don't know. He's like, they know, so whatever. So I end up telling them what happened. I end up telling them what I did.
So you saying that statement is very true when they say, do not say nothing unless you got canceled, because everything that you tell them will be used against you.
Yeah, and then it didn't help. I paid a lawyer. My lawyer charged me $50,000
to telling yourself.
To telling myself. And his thing was like, now I'm in the system. I don't know. I'm trusting him. And he's like, pretty much they know what's going on. So we're going to take this meeting and boom.
So was you charged yet though?
No, at the time I'm not charged. We're taking a meeting. So he's saying that they keep coming, they keep raiding. And he's telling me that they know. But I'm like, now in hindsight, they didn't know. Because once I told them, they was like, oh, we thought that you did X, Y, and Z. We didn't know. They didn't know the play. They didn't know.
Damn. So
yeah, I was.
We're not condoning breaking law, but if you are breaking law out there,
yeah, don't tell them.
Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, don't tell them yourself.
I mean, keep your mouth shut.
It was like.
So after that meeting, they like, wow.
Yeah.
Now they got information, so now they in the back, slapping fives and everything. No, we got her. And how soon after that did they arrest you?
No, they left me out. I was out on pretrial release. So I stayed out. So I guess he was trying to work out a planned deal. I guess that's the way he was going. So now I'm charged.
Okay.
So then they charged me conspiracy to commit wire fraud.
Where
they charged me one count in Delaware.
Okay.
Delaware. So then they leave me out on pretrial release. So I'm on pretrial release for.
Well, they let you go home.
Yep. I was out for like over a year on pretrial release. Enough time to catch another case. Yeah.
But you ain't booked for this one yet. You just had an open case.
I just had an open case.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I have an open case.
So you're out moving about, and then, like you said, you transporting drugs back and forth. So what happened with that? Let's talk about that.
So at the time,
you wasn't scared transferring them drugs real fast?
I wasn't, because I thought that in my mind, I thought that as long as you got caught, like I thought you had to get caught. And I'm like, okay, I'm driving up. I'm not touching the drugs. I'm not handling it. I'm in the car with someone else. They're doing a transaction. They're meeting a connect. I'm just in the car.
So I'm cool. You thinking I'm cool?
I'm thinking I'm cool. I'm just driving. I ain't thinking nothing.
But the whole time you ain't cool at all.
No. So the whole time I'm like, first of all, I'm on pretrial release, and I didn't even take that serious. I didn't even understand like what I was up against, what I was facing. I'm like, okay, whatever.
So you out? They still building the case while you out. They still building everything.
And here
up.
I didn't realize because my lawyer's trying to tell me like, okay, it's like done. Like you told them, they know what it is. It's done. Like that's how he's making it seem. Like you just got to go deal with your time once you get sentenced, whatever.
Yeah, that lawyer did be fun.
He did me so dirty. He did me so dirty because at the end of the day, my co-defendants went to trial, and we all could have went to trial. So they went to trial, but then they was like, "You got to testify." I was like, "I'm not testifying against them." So I didn't testify. So then I got sentenced.
Well, let's talk about. Let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back to this transport thing. You say transport 3 to 4 kilos at a time. And how frequent was this?
So like I said, there's still like a drought going on at the time. So we're going to New York, we're going to North Carolina, we're going to Virginia. We're just going anywhere to try to get something. So I was doing this every week, maybe 2-3 times a week.
Dude, yeah?
Yeah.
You running them off.
Yeah, we was going like
3 times a week?
Yeah, we was going
I thought you was going to say a month.
No.
That's like 32 keys a month.
We was going like every week.
That's 8 a week.
We was going like, 2-3 times a week.
Transporting them from wherever.
From New York to Lancaster.
Lancaster. Wow.
Yeah, that's how it became federal because you cross state lines.
So what happened with that? How did y'all get caught up with that? What happened?
Never got caught. No one ever pulled us over. None of that ever happened. Got caught because someone got caught and then end up incorporating my name. So this girl got caught on another case. And then at the time, someone else got caught and they mentioned my name. But when a girl got caught, they said to her, they was like, hey, you know anybody else that be transporting? And she gave up my name and then a couple other people's name.
Why are you on pre-release?
Why I'm on pre-trial release.
Wow.
So then when they run my name, they see I'm on pre-trial release out in Delaware. And I got a case out there. So then when I'm going to court, they pull me in a room and they say, hey, we got word you've been, transporting drugs across state lines. Either you talk or, what I'm saying, you just lose everything over here. And I was like, wow, I ain't talking. And so then my lawyer was like, oh, so you're just going to go out in a blaze of glory? I said, I guess. And
wow.
and I was pregnant at the time. I ended up getting pregnant on pretrial release. So now I'm like,
damn.
I know for sure I'm going to jail. I was, stressed out, but my mom, she was a rider, and she was like, whatever you decide, I'm here.
But you never got caught with no drugs on this.
Never got caught with no drugs. Never got caught.
You always accusations of somebody.
Accusations, yep. And I didn't know at the time that's all they needed. All they needed was 2 people to be able to say, yes, she transported drugs, and now I'm indicted.
And that's the feds.
That's the feds.
So, wow. Now, was this a whole nother indictment that you were a part of with these with the drugs?
Yeah, that's a whole nother. That ain't added to that case.
So now we're in 2010. We're in 2010. We're in 2010 at the time. I'm pregnant. I'm on pretrial release. I'm getting sentenced. I'm about to get sentenced on a wire fraud.
Wow.
So 2011, I get sentenced to 48 months on a wire fraud. They give me 4 years.
Okay, they gave you 4 years.
They gave me 4 years.
So they take you in.
They said they give me 30 days to turn myself in.
Okay, what jail you had to turn yourself into?
I had to turn myself into Alderson.
Okay.
I was supposed to turn myself into Alderson.
Mm-hmm.
And then while out on pretrial release, while out on them 30 days, they come and indict me on a drug charge.
Before you even get a chance to turn
myself in. 2 weeks after I get sentenced for wire fraud,
Fed case.
I get indicted on a drug conspiracy.
So now you in there?
Yeah, I'm in now.
I'm quite sure they ain't give you no bail this time around.
No, I had my daughter. I had my daughter in January of 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I got sentenced in February 22nd. February 7th of 2011. And I was supposed to turn myself in March 7th.
Wow.
And then February 22nd, they pick me up and indict me on a drug charge.
So now you ain't got to turn yourself in because I'm quite sure they ain't give you no bail.
Oh, no. They take me to Allentown. So I'm detained in the Allentown County Jail.
So how many people?
Never was in jail. This is my first time ever.
And then let me ask you this. Did they send you to the jail to do your time or kept you there because you got a new case?
They kept me in Allentown for 2.5 years.
Yeah, because you got a
county
new case.
Jail. Yeah.
But that time you were serving time though. That time was counting though, wasn't it? The 48 months that you got.
They just didn't know who. They didn't know where the time was going at the time.
Okay, but it was still counting until they figured out when they gonna put it on.
So I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, I got 48 months on a wire fraud. No cooperation.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave me 48 months. And my co-defendants went to court. They went to trial, but I didn't have me to testify, so they had to take other people in their whatever on our case on that they knew flipped. There was only 3 of us on our case, but they ended up getting 8 years. One got 8, I got 4, and then the old head got 8, I got 4, and the other one they only charged him for the 10, the small. He got like 2 years or so.
Oh, so they caught the old head that was getting the mill with you.
Yeah.
Oh, ran old head ass down. Come on over here and get to this.
They went up in that pizza shop.
And then his people flipped. So where the money went for the $2 million went to like an investment type thing. They ended up flipping on him.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's who, and they took the stand, and that way they was able to get him.
Let's talk about this the cocaine indictment. How many codees was on that indictment?
Oh man, so they it was 2, and then they did a superseding, and then they did about 5 more, and then they did a second superseding, and that's when they locked up the females. So, and it was 4 of us. So altogether it was about 11 to 13. Can't remember. It's about 13 of us on there, I think.
Wow.
Conspiracy.
And how many kilos did they charge it with? How much drugs was it that they said it was?
When they do them things, they charge you with like, they get
ridiculous.
Yeah. They do like 50 or more kilos. It's like they charge you with drug conspiracy to commit. And they charge you with distribution. It's like all these different charges they charge you with. Yeah. But it's like, I forget the kilo amount they put on there though. Because it's the same on every one.
It's probably 1,000 grams or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they had in my conspiracy.
It's like the basic.
They give you the top joint.
Yeah. It's like the basic. They give you that.
I want to back up a little bit. I want to ask you, was you making some good money for these trips? Was it worth it?
No. It wasn't worth it.
No.
I mean,
3-4 kilos
at the time, it felt like it's worth it. It's worth it, but you're not really thinking about it because at the time, I'm not really in it for the money because I had money. So I'm just doing it because that's my friend. Like, oh, that's my best friend.
So you was just doing it because you connected by loyalty.
Yeah. So at the time, the guy that was in the game was like my best friend. It was like he always said like, dang, like me and you don't need me for money. Like people that surround me, they need me. So it was like a different type of bond that we supposedly had because it was like, I don't need you for money. You don't need me for money.
But was you getting anything, or you just wasn't taking nothing?
Oh, no. I was getting money. Okay, yeah. We was getting like 5 to 1,000 each trip. So we could easily make like 5,000 easy, whatever. So we weren't. So I was like, in my mind, it's a 2.5 hour trip. I'm getting $800, whatever. Plus I'm getting mine off the top. So I was different because he was cheap. He wasn't really paying us like we should have. $500 and you carrying back kilos of bricks. He was getting over. Yeah, but like I was going to get mine. I was still get mine off the top. Soon that hit, I'm getting mine.
Where was the kilos being stashed? Like, was it like in
the trunk, the engine?
Or did they have the
tires?
A stash spot in the car? How was it being?
No, it wasn't even a stash car. It was just a basic rental. They would just put it maybe underneath where the tires at. It was nothing.
Nothing special about
nothing
nothing
special.
Complicated about
nothing complicated about nothing. It was more or less like you got license, you're in the rental car, you're good. It was never no like scared. Like I don't know. I wasn't ever really scared when I was doing that because I just felt like I'm not in the car by myself. Someone's here, and if something goes down, I'm thinking they'll take the charge. Like, and I didn't know.
Paperwork is right. I got a rental.
Yeah, I got license. Most things we do, we're not smoking or nothing. There's nothing really like whatever. I'm just following all the highway safety. So I'm not thinking that I'm going to get caught.
So how long did you sit over in this county jail fighting this case?
2.5 years. 2.5
years. Did you plea out or you went to trial?
Oh, I felt like I was going to trial. I was like, I'm going to trial.
Did you go to trial?
No, I did not go to trial.
Okay, you didn't go.
No, the DA brought me in. So I always felt like the DA on my drug case had a personal vendetta against me because he was the same DA whose confidential informant got murdered. So the guy I was with was charged with murder of a confidential informant. Okay. And this was the DA's confidential informant.
You were telling me about that, yeah.
Yeah. So I always felt like it was a personal vendetta he had against me.
Okay.
So I was like, this personal. So he was like, at the end of the day, like, she's useless to me. He never wanted to talk to me. And he was like, she's useless to me because everybody on my case already flipped.
Wow. So even the guy you was cool with, he flipped too?
Yeah, the head guy. Yeah, he probably won't admit it, but yeah.
How you know? But I'm saying, how you know what he?
Black and white. I was going to trial. I got all my paperwork.
And he said your name. Basically told. Is he home now?
He was home. Now he's back in jail
For the same thing, or something similar.
Probably same thing. Mm-hmm.
So now you transporting these drugs back and forth. Like you said, it was like, no, we can make easily 5,000 a week or so.
He wasn't really paying us like once. Once I got locked up and I was seeing what girls was making, I was like, oh, I wasn't making that type of money transporting. They was making thousands on the key. I'm like, oh wow, I wasn't making that. Yeah. And so
get what you negotiate.
Yeah.
You gotta negotiate that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you this though. So now when you get indicted, now that they're keeping you in prison, you never even been to prison before. You never even been like arrested like that in that manner. I mean, in hell. What was going through your mind when that happened?
My daughter was 6 weeks old. So 7 weeks old. And I was just like, that's what it was going through my mind. Like my daughter, like, dang, like I got pregnant and then I contemplated having her or not because I already knew I was going to jail. And I was like, she's being brought into this, like she's being like paying for the consequences of my actions that happened prior to her existence. So it kind of ran through my mind. Like I wanted to be selfish. I didn't want to, have her.
Right.
But, so she was the main focus. She was my main focus. That's what I thought about.
I don't look at that as being selfish either, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you was under duress. You was in jail. Then who wants to have a baby? And you know what I'm saying, and all that. Like, I don't think you was being selfish with that. You was thinking outside the box. Why bring something into a whole mess like this?
And that's all I kept thinking about. Like, I just didn't want to have her. I didn't want to put that burden on anyone else. And then when I got the drug conspiracy, I'm like, I'm in deep. Like, I knew the wire fraud. Okay, I can do 4 years. But then when they hit me with the drug conspiracy, minimum is 10. There's no way underneath this 10 at all. Yeah, like I'm like, it's mandatory 10, and I'm like, so I'm going to get 10 years.
You're sick.
So I'm sick. Because I didn't see the indictment for the drug conspiracy. I did not see it, And the whole time I'm just riding because the guy I was dealing with who got the murder case, he was like, he's like, play this guy close. So now I'm taking the trips, I'm transporting the drugs just because I'm just trying to play him close to see what's going on here.
Your loyalty.
Yeah. So it was just, it just all backfired on me.
So what, they offered you a deal at the end of the 2.5 years?
They never offered me a deal. The guy, I told you, the DA told me I was useless. There was no deal. There was no nothing. There was no talking to me. No nothing.
They knew everything already.
So so they made you go to trial?
No, it was either. I'm sorry. He did. He offered me a C plea for 15 years. Okay. He did.
What's a C plea? For those who don't know.
I don't even know what a C plea is.
A C plea is like you don't got to implicate nobody else. And what you're doing, you could just take it for yourself, especially when you got co-defendants. Okay. Or I'm just here to talk about my part in it. I don't know. I know they are my co-defendants, but I'm agreeing to, so that's a C plea.
Okay. I didn't even know what a C plea was. I just knew, like, if I took my lawyer was just saying he's offering you a C plea for 15. There's no negotiation. You're just going to get 15 years. That's it. That's all.
Wow. So let's rewind a little bit. The 2 years in the county jail. Never been in jail before.
2.5.
For 2.5 years. How was that? I'm just saying, like, that's like, the county prison is like, wow. What was going on in the county when you was in there? Was it terrible?
No, I was actually blessed to go to Allentown and not my county jail. I've never been to other county jails, but what I heard that Allentown treats you a little better. Okay. So we had flat screen TVs in our room. Our food wasn't terrible. The CEOs wasn't mean because they was getting paid well. They was like saying like they was one of the highest paid CEOs in the county jails in the area. So yeah, it wasn't bad for my first experience. I was like, wow. I was like kind of, to me, I had like empathy because I see it was a lot of dope. I wasn't used to being around like dope users and so heroin users. So they was coming in detoxing and they were just sick, throwing up. Yeah, and I was the one to make sure they had stuff, like make sure they had chocolate, make sure they had commissary. I was that one.
Mhm.
And if someone coming in needed something, got packages. You need to make a phone call. Oh, mom, 3-way. This person needs a call. I was that person in jail. So
Now,
the welcome committee.
You mentioned that at one point you was like spiraling out of control. Did that mean like you was into drugs?